Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Whisper from CZT Hilde van Ginhoven. I saw this posted on tanglepatterns.com, and I don't know, I was kind of like, well, I'll wait and do that at some point. And then some of our people, or Tangle Addicts over on the Tangle Addicts community Facebook group, playing with it, and I'm like, well, okay, let's have some fun with this and see what it's all about. And the construction is interesting, versus the result. I don't know. I don't know what I had in my mind on how they did it, but it's really cool. All right, we're going to start with an orb in the center of wherever you want this, and then this is kind of like a, I don't know which shape we could attribute it to. I guess an S-ish type shape, or a weird flux teardrop type shape. But I was kind of using the take off and land concept and taking off a little bit here, so I get a little bit of a curve coming up and around. It's almost like a tethered orb-ish type of thing. Yeah, I like to speak in Zentangle-ese as much as possible, and relating our strokes back to the 5 elemental strokes that we have in Zentangle. And maybe it's a really weird C shape, because you could also think of it as kind of an S. I think it works best to do it all in one stroke if you can, but you could, kind of stop at the top, if that helps. I am probably way overthinking, way over remembering, the not an artist thing, and I can't draw stick people to save my life thing. It's like, well, so I could be overdoing that. I'm thinking, okay, how do I describe this if, to me, how many years ago was it? I've lost track. 12, 13, and just like, and still being in the not being able to draw anything mentality versus the, what, actually you might be able to, if you think about it this way. So that's why I like Zentangle. And 2, that is why I like to use, that's what I call it, Zentangle-ese. Well, there we go. So, and you don't have to just do 4. Make sure to take a look at, I'm talking and I'm doing this with my finger. You can't see it until I just put it underneath here. Take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because Hilde has a number of extra ways to do this. We're just going to focus on the basic pattern, but she shows it as a fragment and all kinds of different ways to have fun with it. Okay, now I did change up the step outs just a bit, because I wanted to get this one step all the way around, just so that it kind of made it real clear what we're doing. So what we are going to do is we're going to aura just this top part. Now you can come down as far as you want, and again, take a look at the For More Inspiration, like for ideas. But what I decided to do was, let's do, just to show, and get one going on each side. And you don't have to do it this way. I was just doing it really for demonstration purposes. Okay. Oops, one more. And I'll start here. What I was doing as I was playing with it was I would kind of start with 2 and then do 1 tethered aura. And then, kind of maybe I'll do a couple and then work the other side. Because what I want to do is I want to work both sides to the middle. And I think that might have been what Hilda was working to get across. She did several and then went and finished it. And I just thought, well, let's do it just to be crystal clear of what we're doing here. And this part, I'll be completely honest, was not necessarily enjoying, because I'm not, it's one of those, I'm not sure. Oh, look at how I stopped it right there. It looks almost like those. That's kind of cool. I wasn't sure how to do it to get this shape down here. And then I just stopped worrying about it, which is always the best idea. Like I said, and they don't necessarily have to meet. I'm just going to leave this one as coming close. But this way, I think, starting with one on each and then work your way into the middle. I like it because you can just totally lose yourself in it. And that's neat. But I really think working both ends is helpful. Yeah, that way one gets a little out of control, and then I'm trying to kind of merge them in down here at the bottom so I don't have all of these weird loose ends, using the take off and land concept. And then too, say if you're working both sides to the middle, then you can say, well, I think this one, that will be the last one. But I think that was really what was bothering my brain as I was doing it, because I was thinking about, I was planning, and that's not something that we normally, want to have to worry about when we're doing Zentangle. It's this is what you do, this step, and then you do this step, and then you do all of the steps, and then you are surprised at what happens in the end. Whoops. That one went a little weird, but it's okay. And you can see, it's really taking an interesting shape. And the aura-ing part is neat. It's kind of like, gosh, there's several tangles that do that. Is it garlic cloves, meringue? Oh, Zentangle has one too. It's escaping me. There's several, but we're kind of just taking this out. Like I said, just don't worry about stuff. And as you're working, it's like here. So I brought that one down. They don't all have to go to the same place. You can kind of course correct as you're doing it. Wow, or like that. That was a neat one. The pen really wanted to make some kind of a statement there. All right, next is we're going to put some orbs in here. And actually, again, I'm looking back at Hilda's step out. And yeah, and if you look at the variations and things, you don't have to end up with this hole. You don't have to do with the next step, which is going to be, I'm going to put some orbs in, and I'm going to work to, like this is a really weird shape, right? So I'm going to fit the orb in here, and then just on the bottom edges. I'm not going to do that one, although you could if you wanted to. Kind of fill in around the bottom gaps. And, this is for me, a trust the process. And I was telling myself that as I was playing with it. And then I go back and look at my final box. I'm like, well, hey, that looks rather neat. So it was one of those kind of moments. It's like, oh, good. Trust the process. That something like that will happen. All right, so there we have it. Except for some shading. Yeah, the number of uses from this is really remarkable. So I'm going to mention it a third time. go take a look at that for more inspiration link. Now I'm just putting some shading where things gather and at the top here, because they kind of gather at the top. That's where I'm starting. I didn't get this side. Okay. Now, oh, yeah, and I really should. We'll see how much that covers up that. And I am just bringing it up, and I'm thinking like 2/3 of the way, so that way we have some of this, the natural tile color there in the middle. Oop, and then this one. All right, now for the other side, same thing. You know, well, and up to you, wherever you want that shine to be. I just kind of have a rule of thumb of, you know, about 1/3 of the way. Look at how neat that's looking already. Oh my gosh. Got them all. Got them all. It just makes such, it's so neat and interesting when you add the graphite, and especially both sides like that, because it really, you know, it makes such a neat shine. Okay, next I am going to, actually, let me pick this way. I'm just going to put some more graphite, just little C shapes. Now you could leave it just like that, I suppose. Yeah, you could if you wanted to. But I'm going to continue with the graphite, making almost, you know, a circle with it, leaving one part open, and it doesn't matter where that part, that open part is. It just is, it makes it look rounded. I think it's really neat. And did I like, yeah, I guess I sort of liked it. I'm going to do it again though. Same idea, but I'm just going to use what's left on the Tortillion and make a little C shape up at towards the top. I'm keeping away from the edge. And I was trying to think what to do with this middle section. Yeah, and it's just interesting. I was also thinking, about darkening one side. Oh, let's just throw caution to the wind. And I don't know why I'm picking this side, but I am. Probably could thicken both. Yeah, it makes it look interesting. But you know, all of those lines, you could have a lot of fun doing something in those. You could put, you know, orbs. You could do, you know, stripes, filling things in. What I should have done, maybe. Oh, no, maybe not. I could have left a shine in there, but what I was picturing in my head was kind of like a shadow, like do this on some other things that makes it look like it's like you're going into something. I don't know if it really has that effect on this one or not, but hey, I kind of like it anyway. It's always worth a try. Let's see if I get those going the direction I wanted them to go. There we have it. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber on the channel. That one is so thick, I have to thicken the other ones. In the description section, as I mentioned, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle for the purpose, as I mentioned a couple times. You want to go take a look at there so you can see all of the great ideas. It's like, I mean, while I could probably capture it, I don't know that I would, never do it as much justice as seeing it from the person that came up with it. So that's really why I like to make sure to do that. There we go. Yeah, like it. And then below that is my link tree. So as I mentioned about our Tangle Addicts group on Facebook, if you would like to join us there, find that link, click it, answer the 4 questions, and then as soon as I see it, we'll let you in. Also on the link tree, that's the main thing I like to highlight is that, but I do teach Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays is free. It's called Tangle Time. We take a tangle or 2. This might have been a good one. And we just play with it and have fun. Tuesdays generally have a fee except for the 3rd Tuesday, which is Tough Tangle Tuesday. That one's also free. But yeah, we have a lot of fun. Do take a look at that if you're interested in classes. I do periodically, and I do have one at the time of this recording coming up next week on Tuesday. My Zentangle Essentials, where we go over what the method is, because the Zentangle is actually a method of drawing, and a way of drawing that will help you whether you want to or not, with meditation or mindfulness, things like that. We have found so many other benefits from Zentangle practice. So we'll cover all of that and the essential lingo, techniques, and things like that. So if you've never taken one, I encourage you, whether it be from me or anyone else, but somebody that's going to teach the method, so that way you understand. There's so much more to it than the really cool drawings that we do. And then too, because I have a lot that come as a refresher, a regrounding, I like to call it, because sometimes we get kind of carried away, or we, get in forgetting all of the steps of the method and philosophies and stuff like that. So anyway, come join. And with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.